Whoop, whoop. What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Hope everybody has had a great weekend celebrating the holiday. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is a special bonus TNA watch-along of this week's Impact. I have not seen this yet, and since I've been not been able to get as many streams as I would have liked to this week, I figured, hey, why not? And let's do this as a special bonus for this week. How you guys doing? Giggity, giggity. Let's see who we got in the house tonight. We got Lab Rat. I knew you'd come too. Canada Spaceman's got some stuff to do tonight. Much hope that goes well for you, buddy. Chris Winland believes in Joe Henry. Dude, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I have not seen anything that's happened from this show, so I'm looking forward to it from everything I've heard. We got Gam Wolfers. Yeah, pal. Got them moose claws up. So it's like we're opening with one of the Rascals, I think. All right, so it's gonna be Zach Wentz versus either Macklin or Santana. And of course, after the events of Against All Odds, it's safe to assume that Steve Macklin's now officially babyface. Get me Moose, pal. Oh, I already saw some of it, so it wasn't really a spoiler. I just didn't want to actually sit down and watch like the actual segment or watch the show. Dude, I've really been enjoying Mike Santana ever since he came back to TNA as a singles guy. Yeah, I think Eddie stole her catering too. Giggity. Whoop, whoop. And I thought Against All Odds was a decent show. I mean, it wasn't, must see, but it wasn't, if you watched it, you felt you didn't waste your time. That match doesn't really make a lot of sense. Masha versus Marty Bell. Why not? If you're gonna have that doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. I mean, we just saw Hex as heels against Jordan Grace. So now all of a sudden they're baby faces against the system. Like, what? How does that make any sense? And if we got the Hex here, where's James Mitchell? Been a good match so far. Whoop, whoop. Hey, while we're on this match, I'm going to go take care of some business real quick. I got no doubt about that. This will definitely be better than Collision. I need to do something real quick. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm like working on 3 different things. I got 3 different things set up right now.
Santana's about 245 pounds nowadays. Oh! Bigger and stronger. I nearly put away Wentz. Take another look at this. Just catching Zachary Wentz out of the air into his death belly driver.
All right, you're doing some Facebook posts real quick.
So smooth, so dangerous is Mike Santana. And the reason I bring up the way Santana has built his body over the last few years because when LAX and the Rascals are really going at it here in this company, it's a slimmer guy. Team wrestler really pushes the pace. He's added that muscle and he's not lost the speed or the athleticism. Hey, Santana, very dangerous man. He's trying to spin the block there.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
Look at the power of Santana. The total.
I got to hear about this. What happened to Dairy Queen? Now, if Jeff Hardy hit that swanton, that's another story. Yeah, if you like ice cream, that's a great deal. And now here's a stupid no-selling shots to the head bullshit. Dude, that's some bullshit, man. That's bullshit. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know why that did that with Jeff, or why he did it that way, because like landing on the guy hurts the dude and it sucks. Like you want it to kind of be as light as possible. Oof. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Tomorrow night at Against All Odds, you will be defending your X Division Championship against Trent Seven. One of work thus far as X Division champion. I take a moment to realize the honor that's really been bestowed upon me. I mean, you talk about the X Division forefathers, as I like to call them, and I am now walking that path, the path to greatness, which is why everything in my heart and soul, I want to make this X Division great again. You mentioned that path.
Yeah, I'll give them credit. At least they're building Ali and his gimmick.
I'm all about fairness, rules, and regulations, and creating an environment where equal opportunity is available to all. If you look at this diverse roster, they have a champion that's not only propelling them forward, but inspiring the next generation. You attempted to put limits on a division that is about no limits. Again, I believe the X Division is all about no limits. I've said this on record. What about at Under Siege, where you tried to introduce this very X Division title belt into your matchup with Ace Austin? We can ask these questions and review back and forth about the who's and the what and specifics. Let's take a moment here to think about all the good that I created. Cover of PWI magazine. Record
Oof.
attendance sales. My undefeated streak.
At least you had fun with it, though. Javi Uchiha in the house. Yeah, you worked yourself into a shoot, brother. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Lizbeth? We're just chilling. We're at the, see what we watch. We're watching the Ali interview right now with Tom Hannafan. That'd be funny.
Do not appreciate that, but things happen. There are people who saw how that match went down and think that
Whoop, whoop.
getting involved not because Bailey accidentally kicked, but because you, Mr. Alvey, are in fact ducking Speedball Mike Bailey. Tom.
Yeah, pal. Get me that Wendy's. Biggie bag, pal. This is a stream. There's not going to be any commercials. I like the system pre-tape. Eddie's like, "Hey man, I've been there. And like, you don't know what this is about." And Moose is like, "I don't give a shit. I've beaten the shit out of him before. I'll do it again." Bearcats. No, I like this little backstage segment. They got little bit. They got a bit of business done.
Tell you what, there is a big bullseye on the system right now, as well as their associates.
Masha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich, of course, not officially a part of the system. However, she is one half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship with Alicia Edwards of the system.
Yep, you get both.
Right, but right now, right here, Masha Slamovich stands on her own.
My go-to is the double stack.
Alicia Edwards accompanying the rest of the system as they make their way to Cameron, North Carolina. Broken Matt Hardy has summoned the system to the Hardy compound. And if there's anything that we here in TNA Wrestling know about visits to the Hardy compound.
Let's see how this goes. Are they? Hold on. Are they coming out to Link? Is that Lincoln Park they're coming out to? That sounds like Chester Bennington singing. Ooh, that's a nice one too. Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Whoop whoop. Hold on, breaking news. Lab Rat saying if you get the Arby's app, you get the 5 for $5 regular roast beef. Taking it back to the 90s, pal. Whoop whoop. That's awesome, Gam. One thing that sucks is sometimes when you get some of that skin by your fingernails that just irritates you. Got to trim off. Whoop whoop. This is a decent match so far. Yeah, dude. Raising Cane's is awesome. You're gonna love them. If you've never been there, you'll love them. They make it super simple. They only have 4 food items on their entire menu: chicken fingers, fries, toast, and coleslaw. Those are amazeballs tenders. Dip them in the cane sauce. Oh, oof. Same here, Liz. Like Raising Cane's is the place that knows, like, okay, we do chicken tenders, fries, and we do these things very well. We're gonna stick to that and just keep kicking ass at it. That is not a bad analogy, Lab Rat. Yes. Yeah, like restaurant cut chicken, absolutely. Like you will not find tenders like these anywhere else. Although my advice, if as soon as you get some though, as soon as you get it in your car, pull sure you pull it out of your bag and you pop that thing open. That way it doesn't get soggy on you. I always drive home. Like if I have containers of fried food, I always drive home with it open so it doesn't get soggy. They're pretty decent. You know, I wouldn't say they're out of this world, amazing, but definitely worth the trip, and you won't, you'll feel satisfied. Way better than Burger King. I can safely say it's better than Burger King. Decent match so far. Masha clearly wrestling as the babyface. Oh yeah, it was Hex versus Alicia and Masha in the pre-show, wasn't it? And Masha and Alicia went over. Dude, that is 100% Chester Bennington singing that theme song. Okay, so Steph DeLander is now pretty much babyface with this interaction with First Class, and then what happens with PCO, where she says, "Ooh." Chester over strong, absolutely. Him and Chris Cornell. And we got a First Class interview on the stage with Gia. Gia. I think it's an original song, but it has like a part of a Linkin Park song sampled in it, but it's still like overall an original creation. Whoop whoop. Yeah, pal. Get me the DMC. And we got PCO jumping first class, which makes sense because PCO would see, him take the rose and be like, that was a gift I gave this woman I loved. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Yeah, that too. That too, Gam. Or depending on how the court case goes or how the ruling goes, you have to credit or you have to give credit to whoever wrote that sample or whatever it is that you took and and credit them as a co-writer of the song. Oasis had to do that several times. He is a national wrestling treasure, absolutely. Okay, I did not know that. Okay. And that's not a bad way to get around that either. I can't fault them for that. Because honestly, at the end of the day, like intellectual property laws and all that's just, in my opinion, that's so ridiculous. Tasha Steelz and Danny Luna up next. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. Smoke it, toke time. And I definitely see that and agree with that, Liz. I just kind of think it's a little bit too strong in one way. Like, I think it should be more like if somebody samples your work or uses it, you absolutely should get credit and some compensation for it. But as far as like shutting it down completely and pulling it down like that, I'm not with. But I do believe if somebody's art is used and sampled somewhere else, and they should get credit and some kind of compensation for it to some degree, depending on how much is really used. But yeah, the permission thing too, that's a big thing too. Show that artist the proper respect by saying, hey, I want to write this song. I like this, thing that you did. I want to sample it in there. Actually, that's kind of a thing too. Show respect among artists and be like, hey, I want to use this. Can I? And if you say no, and then they do it anyway, well, then yeah, you got a case. But I think a lot of that can be avoided just by artists and musicians communicating with each other and handling that in-house instead of getting courts and legalities involved, and only doing that when it's actually necessary. Man, she actually looks way bigger than when she's in the ring with Tasha. Yeah, I agree with that system. With that, like basically, like, hey, you know, you're using this without permission. Without our permission, this ain't cool. You know, let's try to work this out. And if they say, hey, screw you, we're going to ignore it and keep doing it. Okay, yeah, then we're getting legalities involved. Ooh, got a message on Twitter real quick. Whoop, whoop. Of course, with the picture-in-picture, we still go through the commercial breaks in these. Giggity, 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 giggity. Yeah, this is going a little bit longer than it needs to. Like, this match really should not be going through a commercial break. With that, I kind of see. I'll put it to you this way: if Disney want to do that with their own properties and their own, you know, creations and art, if they want to do it themselves, that's one thing. Like if we say, hey, after a certain amount of time, we want to put this up in public domain for anybody to use, well, that's their call because that's their art. They can do whatever they want with it. The problem I have is when you start making that into law and force others into it. Like if Disney says, hey, if anybody wants to use our stuff, you know, for their own content and, you know, create their own art with it, go right ahead. That's their call because it belongs to them. Exactly. But you're basically using the law to force others to go along with what you believe in instead of you just doing it yourself. Yeah, this match is going way longer than it needs to. Like if there was ever, if this is the condensed this match of the week. But I'm gonna pitch that to. Tomorrow night. I'm gonna pitch that as a segment to Vet. The condensed this match of the week. So far, this is the winner. I was about to say we could call it the Cash-All GTX condensed. I'm like, no, wait a minute. No, we actually can't do that. I forgot we just had a whole conversation about that. Get me condensed milk, pal. okay. Like if how they establish public domain would be like okay, this is a public domain. You're not forced to put it in here. It's just available for you to put it here if you wish to. I think that's how they should have done it. But with something like 95 years, I think that's kind of a pretty safe bet to assume that it's very likely the original artist or creator is gone after 95, 95 years after the art's been produced. Yeah, I remember it. You gotta keep renewing them patents. Yeah, that's the problem. You just nailed the problem right there, Liz. It has to be with the artist's approval. You can't just be like, yoink. Now, if a public domain was established that artists would willingly and voluntarily contribute to because they want their art to be shared and used, yeah, that's one thing. Basically, being like, okay, after a certain amount of time, we're just taking ownership of it. Yoink. Ooh, okay, yeah. In something like that, that's a benefit to society. Okay, yeah. I need to go through that law and start looking through that thing, because just from what you've told me so far, like I'd already be like, okay, this needs to change, that needs to change, that needs to get fixed, that needs to change, because like there's a difference between art and medications that actually help people. Like there needs to be a huge distinction between the two. Okay, like when it comes to like medication, no, I understand. I get the whole thing with, okay, the original creator, while they're still alive, they should get everything off of that. But then once they're gone, well, then it becomes public domain. Oh, dude, yeah. Who buckle up, game? It's going to be nuts with the AI. Why is this match still going this long? Holy shit! Yeah, for real, dude. Did you ever expect to hear a Beatles song, like a brand new Beatles song, come out in the 2020s, made with AI? Dude, how hard would it be to build robots, model them after dead people, and then program them with the AI of that dead person? Like upload all of their personality, their memories, all that stuff. Like you could just fabricate all that stuff into a system, like with the technology we have, and just like upload it into a robot. Yeah, same here, Liz. Like, that's the frightening thing. Exactly. It's how we get Skynet and Terminators. Exactly.
So I've enlisted the help of someone who knows a thing or two of helping someone become the best in the world.
Yeah. So how hard would it be to reconstruct it through like some kind of tech, like reconstruct those human bodies through some kind of technology? Like basically, you build a cyborg skeleton and then build the flesh and skin over it.
To get him to the upper echelon of our industry and to destroy that glass ceiling. Oh, just you mean kind of like how you got destroyed last.
All right. I like this idea of putting Ace Steel with Joe Hendry. I'm digging this.
I put on a clinic out there, by the way. Frankie, if that was a clinic, the patient died. You lost the match. Oh, you think that's funny, Ace? Yeah, you know what I think's funny? The fact that you think you have what it takes.
Never saw War Games, but I did see the first two Terminators.
And neither does he. They're poor. Put your money where your mouth is. And then against all odds, in my hometown of Chicago, it's Frankie Kazarian versus Joe Henry. Yeah, you want to do that? I'm not one to back down from a challenge.
Dude.
Like this.
Boston Dynamics. Man, that the shit they're producing is frightening, bro. I just ask and pray, Lord, if he will, please stop it. All right, the system just arrived at the Hardy compound there, still in the car. Just, I'm going to turn this fan off.
Oh, I wonder who did that.
That's definitely true. Don't say it.
Okay, I like the rib on Jeff. Like, oh hey, we know he's coming in, but we can't say his name yet because his contract's not up.
System, greetings. I'm so happy that you accepted my invitation. I do not know.
Yeah, in some weird way, I think the people kind of like, they're like, hey, I want to see this movie in real life. No, you don't. No, you don't.
And I wanted to show you all the wonderful surprises I had in store for you. House Hardy.
Yeah, for real, bro. For real, bro. At least I know, like in a fight, if I do things correctly, I at least got a chance fighting a dog. I ain't got a chance against a dog that can has a flamethrower attached to it.
I don't give a damn. Glad that they're here, because I'm going to kick your ass in front of them. Stop, Moose. Do not take another step forward. Why? You think I'm scared of you? Because you are going to set off a trap of movement.
Did we not have like a series of movies that showed why that's a horrible idea? Like, what the fuck? All right. That part of the stream is over, so I got to go back real quick. A lot of hopping and bouncing. Okay, I like this nice reference to the original final deletion with the fireworks and the Roman candles going off. I'm even, dude, every time I watch these shows, I become more and more convinced they definitely have stooges listening to Impact Attack. Like, I've seen several ideas that I've mentioned like over the few weeks of like being implemented in the shows, like Brian Myers finding an action figure or a football helmet coming into play that had the logo of one of the teams that Moose played for. I remember I sent Russo a message telling him about, hey, so I've been saying for a long time they need to turn Giselle Shaw babyface with Gail Kim as the mentor. And then when they aired that first vignette of that cabin in the woods, I told that to him, and he's like, dude, ask for royalties. I'm sorry, he said, bro, ask for royalties.
All right, Hardy. Enough of the. Oh. It was you.
The little kid doing the I don't know why that was funny. That was just so, I don't know why I laughed so hard at that. That was great. Pay me. Robo Dinos, pal. Yeah, I know that looked pretty fucked.
That's 269 consecutive losses, folks.
Dude, I'm so far, I think this has been very creatively well done. Like it hasn't. Okay, now it's getting kind of weird. Okay, I thought that was cool with Brian Myers. Like basically, he kind of put him in the position of Edge.
No, not anymore. That's behind you.
Actually, there's something else behind you.
Okay, that makeup really was well done. Dude, his kids are entertaining. Like I love how they made it like a family affair, and then they like everybody's killing it in this. Yeah, I met Alicia following the sounds of the piano.
The Snow Witch I've heard so much about. How are you enjoying the Hardy
Your family is a bunch of freaks, and this place is a house of horror. Thank you. We tried.
Dude, that's a great comparison. This could be like a next generation Addams Family, except it's actually a real family.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Well, guess what? You're not me, so if you don't move
Yep,
these stupid
I
kids,
believe
I
one,
will.
definitely one of the kids pinned him.
Get out of my way.
Rebby is, yeah, she's extremely talented.
Okay, man. Enough of this food.
Yep.
Where are you? This here, right?
I want to say it was Wolfgang and Maxwell who beat Disco.
Actually so stupid that you will put your hands on me, kid.
I'm not stupid. I'm careless. I'm funny to fearless. You wanna see my dad? Come with me.
Yeah, that was that one for sure. So I remember when they did I forgot what show it was, but there's one where it was like a total nonstop deletion where it's basically like, they took over the entire show. And King Maxwell went over during King Maxwell had another match, and then at the back they cut to Disco looking through the match saying, "Thank God it wasn't me this time." Yeah, Spud. Yeah, that's who he beat during the total nonstop deletion. And that's where he saw Itchweed.
This is Matt Hardy's childhood home. Matt Hardy, you're one weird. Yes. The chair of wheels is here. Yes.
The chair of wheels is here.
What's going on? You are so psychotic, Queen Rebecca. You're exactly right. You're finally figuring it out. They're getting their just desserts. And you know what they say.
Oh yeah, this is this. I'd love to see John Cena come over there. It does. Yeah, the whole decapitating Alicia thing, that might have went a little too far.
What the hell did you do to me? I don't know why you're coming at me with this nasty attitude. I have gifted you with the kindness. I have reincarnated you to your best version ever. Number 69. And tomorrow night, and against all odds, I want you at your best when I beat you for the championship of the world.
Yeah, Kevin McAllister got nothing on these kids.
Vanguard 1, thanks for the assist. Is that real? What just happened?
Okay, and then they got Okay, and then they kind of rectified it at the end there.
Tomorrow night, against the laws, I'm gonna kill you. You hear me? You're dead. Matt Hardy.
Okay, I think them ending it with everybody at the gates being fine, that kind of like rectified everything. Jada Stone, never seen her before. Let's see what she's got. That should have closed the show. That should have closed the show. Why they didn't, I don't know. Whoop, whoop. Ash by Elegance. That's its own like special right there. Yeah, that's like Impact. Make that an Impact Plus special and use that to drive subscribers. Whoop, whoop. So let's see how this goes, how long this one goes. All right, I'm digging the Rosemary being a spectator. I thought Rosemary was going to be Giselle's first opponent or next opponent. Whoop, whoop. Hey, I forgot her name, but her opponent's looking pretty nice. I mean, she's definitely making the most of this opportunity and getting herself over. I got to give her credit for that. Jada Stone. Dude, credit to Jada Stone. I think she's doing a nice job getting herself over and getting noticed.
And now a suplex on the floor by Ash by Elegance. And as we saw it under siege was Ash by Elegance who took out Rosemary.
Whoop, whoop. Okay. All right, now they just mentioned that it was Ash by Elegance who took out Havoc, so that would make sense that Rosemary would target her first. Whoop, whoop. That sequence there, like we talk about the evolution of the business and growing the business, or the evolution of what happens in the ring. Like I thought that was a nice example of it. There's a spot known as the DiBiase where one wrestler hits the ropes with the intention of coming off the ropes to hit their opponent with a move, but the opponent runs in right behind him, bounces off the ropes right behind him, and hits him with a clothesline, which is known as the DiBiase. They just did a variation of that where Jada went off the ropes first, Ash followed. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Strike that, reverse it. Jada came off the ropes. She saw Ash behind her. No, I did I screw that up? Yeah, I did. Let me try that over. So the spot was Ash went to the ropes first. Jada went for the DiBiase spot. Ash saw it, went for a back body drop, and then Jada went for a sunset. All right, aggression vignette. Hopefully this might explain things a little bit more, and we might get a little bit deeper and pull back some layers of this onion. And it quickly turns into a David Lynch film.
Mr. Callahan, I like you. You make me laugh. The joke's on me. The joke's on me. The way I see it, I've beaten you once, Mr. Callahan. So ask yourself, why to get in the ring with you again? Come against all odds, it's me versus your immune system. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
All right, I dug that vignette.
Am I disappointed? Of course.
Aggression vignette followed up by a Jordan Grace
Honestly, this is
pre-tape interview.
100% on. I should have known better. I should have known that something like this would happen. I should have prepared for it. But here's the thing. As disappointed as I am by the outcome, I still made history. I'm still a champion. I'm still the TNA Knockouts champion. And that's not going to change anytime soon. I got a chance to compete for the NXT.
Dude, I'm liking this whole character thing with Gresham. Like, I'm so happy to see that dude actually start showing his personality and,
I'm issuing an open challenge.
you know, being a character instead of just trying to be, you know, I'm a guy who wrestles great.
NWA, Stardom, AAA. I don't care. If you think that you're better than me and you can take this, come take it. Against all odds, this weekend. Just understand one thing. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what company you work for.
I agree, Gam.
And stop.
I think that's a move. Like if the finish, you have to have the right finish to make it work. But I think it's one that would have benefited both companies. Whoop whoop.
And also goes one-on-one with Rich Swann. The Nemeth brothers challenge the system for the TNA World Tag Team titles. Josh Alexander is back to team with Eric Young against the ABC. And don't miss the countdown to Against All Odds live at 3.
It's the final countdown.
Callahan collides with Gresham once again. And the TNA Knockouts World are on the line.
Whoop whoop. This no doubt will be a great match. It's just how I would have set structured this show. This would have been the main event, and we go right into System at House Hardy or the Hardy compound. Whoop whoop. Plenty of Gaga to kick off the match. Whoop 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. Second City shout out.
Followed suit to OVW down the road here in Kentucky. I've actually spent a lot of time wrestling and training with Ryan Nemeth. I've wrestled Nick Nemeth a few times. And despite the fact that in a lot of ways they're different people, there's a lot of similar skill levels.
Giggity.
Going out and himself.
Look at how much time they've killed in this match and how little they've done.
Competition here tonight, no main event.
And the crowd is eating it up.
Nick Nemeth, and frankly, this is something every member of the TNA roster.
Whoop, whoop, moose, moose.
Canvas, but the official decision is final. Has got that in the back. Opportunity in the wake of the Champions Challenge. Plus Ryan and Matt Hardy pinned Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers weeks ago here on Impact to earn a title shot for Santino Marella. Let's not forget what the system did to Nick Nemeth too, following Rebellion. Nearly taking him out, wrapping his head around that steel chair.
Dude, I'm digging this match.
No doubt in my mind that Nick Nemeth
Like, this is how you kill time and keep the crowd invested. How much of this is character and how much of this is guys taking bumps?
to TNA, protecting his brother. And Ace Austin legal here against Nick. And that's the question for me is like with everything going on, with the way the system just kind of run over everything.
Giggity.
Shoulders down, kick out at two. Trying to control Nick Nemeth. You're a former tag team champion. What would be your advice to the Nemeths with two tag team matches? Against a freaking system. No kidding. I mean, you're not going to rely on, your double teams or your tag team continuity because it's not there yet. You just have to rely on, oh God, this sounds cheesy, but your blood. You go back and
Look how they're like the way he's working a hammerlock, man. This is great. They killed at least a minute with this hammerlock, and the crowd's invested.
body drop there, tag made, in comes Chris Bay. Saw the way, Ace Austin quickly got that tag. That's Chris Bay and Ace Austin, though. That's the tag team continuity. That's the rapport I'm talking about. That as close as Nick and Ryan Nemeth are, they just don't have that.
And it looks like ABC is working heel, but they're not exactly, being heels, if that makes any sense.
Everything going on with the system. Talk about
As then it's like, okay, we're positioning ourselves to where you're going to cheer for them over us, but we're not going to be, overtly douchebag heels.
Hardy compound in Cameron, North Carolina earlier on tonight. I have no idea what's happening with the system now. But we do know the ABC against Nick and Ryan Nemeth is just getting
Picture in picture, pal.
Tag made. In comes Ace Austin. Powerful lower body. So that leg strength comes.
However, I could see this leading to a heel turn for ABC if that's where they decide to go, and I think it could work.
There's support for the fans here in the greater Cincinnati, Ohio area. Something Ryan Nemeth got used to years ago attending Xavier University here in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, they're in Ohio, too, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Ace Austin forward.
Forgot about that.
Right back down and immediately grabs that wrist.
A lot of Ohio boys on the show tonight. Nemeth, the Rascals, Callahan.
Very wisely putting himself in between Nick and Ryan. Again, this is just intelligent, classic tag team wrestling. Big Nemeth trying to leap into the corner. Trying to leap to a tag. The strength of Chris Bay this time. Able to cut Nick Nemeth off with the pass. See on the ABC, they're taking their time. They're having a conversation. Hey, you want it? But it seems like the issues of the past have hopefully been resolved. You can see how calm they are. They are firm and in control. Again, they have the tag team.
Well, yeah, I mean, it certainly looks like so far there's no issues between Ace and Bay. Like, they're working very well together. They're in sync. Seems like whatever it was that they were dealing with is out of their system. Now it's kind of, refreshing and recalibrating. Like I said, it feels like that's the story that's being told. Hooty hoo! No limit soldiers.
Considering A, this is
Whoop,
their
whoop.
first match ever as tag team partners. B, tomorrow night, Nick and Ryan Nemeth challenge Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers of the system for the TNA World Tag Team titles and against all odds. It's a lot of pressure on the back.
Yeah, there's that Bullet Club connection right there, Lab Rat. Absolutely.
You know what? Like, not for nothing, I bet it sticks a little bit in the craw on the ABC that this first time ever tag team has a title opportunity so quickly. If I'm an established tag team in TNA, I'm a little ticked off about
Like, why not do cross-promotion storylines that have, nothing to do with the promotions themselves, just between the individuals involved?
the TNA World Tag Team titles after lost the championship to the system at Sacrifice. They have spoken publicly. They're putting it on hold until they can get their own situation resolved. It appears they have done that, so maybe that's in their near future. Who knows? Let's hear a chance to remind everybody why they are.
Whoop, whoop.
Especially Nick Nemeth, don't
I mean, I do think this match has gone really, really long, but dude, at least they're filling it well. No ridiculous bumps. Guys are getting over. Crowd is into it. I can't say anything bad about it other than the length. And as long as the crowd's still invested. Whoop, whoop.
Trying to crawl to the corner, trying to make a tag to his younger brother Ryan. Now Chris Bay trying to slow up the one-in man. Oh, it's tag made! It's Ryan Nemeth into the matchup against Chris Bay.
Okay, I like that idea of giving Ryan the hot tag. Because Dolph can sell his ass off, and it helps get his brother over. I'm sorry, Nick. Nick can bump and sell his ass off, and it helps get Ryan over. Yeah, this is kind of this is the kind of stuff that drags us. That's kind of dragging this match down. Okay, so we're doing a double hot tag, which you can do. You can make work. Whoop, whoop. Click, click, boom! I'm coming down with the new style, and you know it's Buck Wow. Click, click, boom!
Lights out. Shoots the half. Here's the cover. Hook to the leg. Oh, what a kick out by Nick Nemeth. Can you imagine if Nick and Ryan Nemeth lose here tonight before their TNA World Tag Team title match tomorrow night? Everybody talks about momentum, but this being your first match as a tag team, it means more than ever. Absolutely. Oh, now Bay running interference on Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth is absorbing so much damage.
I'll give them this. This is a fantastic live crowd match. Like, this is the kind of match you want to have in front of a house show. TV, not so much. Way too long, and now we're starting to go into ridiculous territory.
An excellent matchup here on the brink of Against All Odds tomorrow night live on TNA Plus in Chicago.
Especially since we're not really seeing a lot of story advancement, other than ABC are, back on the same page.
Knockout shots.
Yeah, crowd's loving it, and exactly, like, this is a match to please the live crowd, and they're doing a fantastic job of it. I just don't think this is a TV match. This should be a match for TV.
Odds in Chicago. ABC and the Nemeths trying to get up to their feet. A hard-fought match of the season.
Masha and Danny Luna might have a contender here.
Nick and Ryan, as we know, they will not give up easily whatsoever tomorrow night against the system.
What match was that? Did I fuck that up?
Face Austin in a kick out, went for the super kick. Austin able to block. Go for a cover now. Shoulders down. Kick out.
No, not Danny Luna. It was Masha and
Throwing the boot right to the ear.
Marty, or
Furious face.
one of the Hex. I forgot which one.
Cuts the arm, hooks the leg. Nick Nemeth will not go quietly.
Whoop whoop. And did we really think that the Nemeth brothers were going to go under going into their pay-per-view match against the system for the belts? That was never in question. All right, and that is it for this one. We're going to be back live tomorrow night with the first half-ish of Raw for a watch-along with that, followed up by the Impact Attack. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys. As always, had a great time hanging out with you guys. It's always a pleasure and a privilege. And whoop, whoop, giggity, giggity. See you tomorrow.